100th season starts tonight. I'm the coach, and this is the return of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we kick off the new season with a great one in the NFC North. A potential classic between the Green Bay Packers and the defending champs of the division, the Chicago Bears. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the weekend. But for now, let's get to Chicago and say hello for the first time to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis back for our fourth. Special teams did their job putting this offense back inside the 10. Now how can the defense respond? They'll run on first down. Peyton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
On second down now, Peyton. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees a shot yard runs, and goes to one of those.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On second down, Peyton, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
And this is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good. We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. Quick pass out to Miller. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Trubisky to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they... Early on in the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. On first down, Peyton. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Sanders.
We got this.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Trubisky will throw under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Packers pick it up, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Peyton, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, Sanders now to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense... Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On 3rd down, Peyton. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
A great return there of 22 yards, and it'll be Packer football. Opening drive, 3rd quarter, and we'll see how this defense comes out of the locker room.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here,
On 1st down, Peyton. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taken from just outside the 30. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and possession will switch hands first. Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring a running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Excellent work on the run back there. Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. They'll run on 1st down. Peyton, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It takes a touchdown saving. Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. On first down, Peyton. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Beginning of the drive, 1st and 10 coming up for the offense. We'll see how this defense does here in the 3rd quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Peyton, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down now. Peyton, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, Peyton. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he's going to go down again. Third and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
This is taken at the 15. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this 4th quarter of play. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken inside his own 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this 4th quarter play. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Trubisky.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Packers, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to